Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Wisdom and Light here, and I am back with another celebrity psychic reading. We're going to be reading on Brandy and Monica. This reading is going to be relatively very quick. I don't have that much time to make it very long, but last night they had their versus battle, and I don't know about y'all, but I picked up on that tension, and a lot of people are picking up on Monica's tension, that Scorpio, I don't fuck with you vibe from Monica, and that Aquarius vibe from Brandy. So we're just gonna see. Now, I think Ray J posted something about how if he gets 10,000 likes on a post, he's gonna convince them to go on tour. So let's just dive in. So if you're new here, welcome. We do celebrity psychic readings, monthly horoscopes, anything that's happening in the cosmos, we do here. Thank you so much for subscribing and supporting. And yes, let's just jump in. Let's do this. What is happening around Brandy and Monica? Show me the energy and the versus battles with Brandy and Monica. I've been into the color blue lately, even though my nails are pink. I've been into the color blue. I don't know why. There has to be a spiritual reason for it. But I do know that blue is definitely a color for the throat chakra. So maybe we're just in the space of communicating. And you know, we are in Virgo season. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is a communicative planet. So I do feel like this is going to be a month where we're being very vocal and expressive in our personal life, our business life, whatever in that case. Was the energy between Brandy and Monica. And we just did a reading on Monica. And I adore Monica. Like, I love her music. I adore Monica. I love Monica. I just want her to be careful when it comes to that man. If y'all haven't seen that reading, check it out. But I adore and I love Monica. I love her. I do. I love her music. I just like her. So let's see. Monica, show me. Okay, strength. Okay, so this is a very mature spread, very grown woman spread. This is a very, we may not agree on certain things. We may not like each other all the time, but I respect you and you respect me. So Monica's energy was more so like, I'm willing to respect you if you respect me. And Brandy's energy was like, I will respect you so long as you don't bring up the past. I keep picking up that they had this exchange behind the scenes, and the conversation was very brief. They're not friends. They don't have a friendly energy, but they made an agreement to rise above it because a lot of money can be made. Now, last night, their Instagram versus battle channeled in 1.2 million views. So there's a lot of money to be made with these two women joining forces and releasing new music, maybe going on tour, all types of stuff. But I will say that this doesn't mean that they're happy about it or that they like this. And I will also say that there is an annoyance coming from Monica. The vibe that I'm feeling from Monica, she wants people to let this go. She wants to just focus on what she's bringing to the table, the music that she wants to release, the music that she wants to put out. She hates that people always bring up Brandy in that exchange. Even this reading is probably going to be like, ugh, like, why can't it just be about me? I get that, but The Boy Is Mine was one of their biggest hits. And all of their drama, it seems to be spilling on the table as the years go by, because they did a good job hiding it. They did a very good job acting like there was no tension when there was tension. So what I'm gathering from Monica is that she wishes that people allowed her to stand on her own without the mention of Brandy. And with Brandy, she has a lot of other stuff that she goes through spiritually. I'm going to pull on her a little bit. But Monica just wants to stand on her own. And I respect that and I understand that. But we couldn't ignore the tension. So there was tension there. Because I keep picking up that Brandy told Monica, hey, let's not bring up the past. Let's focus on the music. That was more of Brandy's standpoint. And she said it in a very sweet way. But the problem with Brandy's delivery is that she can be very, the vibe I get is she could be very passive aggressive, bossy. So it's like she's letting you know with a smile on her face. And Monica, she does not like that shit. It's like, did she just put me in my place? Like, that's always Monica's energy, because Brandy would lay down the law with a smile on her face. She would do that. And I feel that a lot of people in Brandy's family have seen that about her, where she's not going to cuss you out or yell at you, but she will cause you to want to do that. Because again, it's like, what? What did I do? Me? Me? And Monica's like, yeah, you did that. And she's like, I didn't mean it. I would never do such a thing. Brandy is very passive aggressive, bossy. Like, that's the best way to describe it. I wish I could find a better word that means passive aggressive and bossy with a smile on her face. It's just very, you don't know Brandy's coming at you unless you're intelligent to pick up on vibes, unless you can feel vibes. And again, I said this in my last video for Monica. Monica is very spiritual. So she knows when somebody's throwing her a jab. She knows when people are being genuinely good by her. She knows when people are lying to her. That's also a Scorpio trait. Scorpio has very heightened intuition. So I'm actually feeling that Monica didn't have any animosity, but she did feel uncomfortable. However, they both made a decision that it's better for them to join forces and make this money than be against one another. So Monica did agree to this, because I'm seeing that Monica was approached to have this versus battle. It's talking about how Brandy's label came to Monica's. And Monica's like, I don't know, but Monica did it anyway because, you know, it's great revenue. And they are standing to make a lot of money in this. They need to make this money, Five of Pentacles. They need this opportunity to come through. And I will say that even when they were talking about the stuff that happened in the past and how Monica was saying like she's been delivered and all of that stuff, again, y'all notice how Brandy got uncomfortable? Because again, I keep picking up that Brandy told Monica behind the scenes, hey, let's just not talk about it. Let's just focus on the music. But y'all know Monica is not with that. Monica is like, no, you're not going to tell me what to do. So Monica did what she did to, one, lay it out on the table and show that she's outgrown the situation, and to change the narrative that she's this violent person, because that's not what Monica was about. If anything, Monica was provoked. She did that for that reason. And then the second reason was because you're not going to tell me what to do. That's Monica's energy. It's like, you're not going to tell me what to say in front of these millions of people. That's what you're not going to do. So it was that tit for tat, Five of Swords, tit for tat. It wasn't out war. It was like, and Brandy's energy is like, well played. Okay, you got me. Well played. That's why Brandy looked uncomfortable, like laughing awkwardly and trying to shake it off. And Monica's like, I'm delivered. You know, I'm a different person now. And that was actually Monica putting her in her place. Because again, I keep seeing that there was a conversation beforehand where Monica was told to not bring it up, or somebody was told not to bring it up, or somebody was trying to tell Monica how to conduct herself. And Monica's like, I'm a grown-ass woman. You're not going to tell me how to conduct myself. If I want to talk about something, I'm going to talk about something. I wasn't going to talk about it, but since y'all want to tell me what to do, I'm going to just bring it up. That's Monica. Monica like, don't play with me. Monica like, don't play with me. That's Monica's energy. So show me Brandy's energy. 1, 2. I'm not going to make this reading too long. Show me Brandy's energy. But Brandy is passive aggressive, bossy. She is. She be bossing people. She be bossing people around with a smile on her face. And Monica doesn't like that. So Brandy was thankful for the opportunity. Brandy did walk in with high spirits. Brandy did walk in and seeing this as an opportunity. Okay. Brandy had positive energy. She did have good spirits, but it was Monica that was not with it. And I feel that Monica tends to read Brandy a little bit wrong, but I can't blame Monica for reading her that way, because again, Brandy is passive aggressive. But Brandy did come in with good intentions. She didn't come in to be nasty. It was really Monica that was on guard the whole time. Monica had her guard up. Yeah, the Empress. So I will say that Brandy had good intentions, and they did a very beautiful job, because again, Brandy was in good spirits, even though she says passive aggressive shady stuff and they can get under Monica's skin. Brandy was still in good spirit. And you know what it reminds me of? You know who's like that as well? Kenya Moore. She's also an Aquarius. I'm not saying that this is an Aquarius trait, so Aquarius, please don't attack me. But I noticed that with Aquarius, when they don't like you, they have a hard time faking it. Or when they're not sure about you, they have a hard time faking it. So it comes across as being like fake or passive aggressive, because it's not in them to pretend to like you or to be cordial. And if they're uncomfortable, it shows. You see what I'm saying? So Brandy was uncomfortable, and it looked like she was being shady when she was just uncomfortable, is what I'm gathering. But she still tried to have like very positive spirit and good vibes. She tried, and she did a good job, because she got the Sun card, the Queen of Pentacles, no, the Empress, the Ace of Pentacles. She has positive energy surrounding the situation. But I feel that Aquarius people can be misunderstood, because again, when they're uncomfortable about something, they don't know how to act like they're not comfortable. They don't know how to pretend. So it comes across like they're being fake when the Aquarius is like, I don't want to be here. You know what? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Like, I don't like this. And that's Aquarius energy. It's like, I don't like this. I know I said it, and I know I'm trying to be a team player, but I'm not comfortable with this. And Monica is going to read it as, why, la da da da. So I will say that Monica had her vibes, and Brandy was indirectly defending herself, and in a way trying not to be negative. And she stayed positive the whole time, but she threw her vibes at Monica because Monica had her wall up. That's what was going on. So Aquarius people don't like being in uncomfortable situations. Brandy was actually nervous, whereas Monica had her guard up the whole time. Okay. So now we can see that Scorpios and Aquarius people, they don't really mesh very well. And if they do, they have to really listen to one another. So nobody's misunderstood, because the vibe that I'm getting is Brandy is being misunderstood, Monica is being misunderstood, if this makes any sense. They're like water and oil. They don't mix. But I will respect that the energy was still relatively very positive. They did their job. They got their revenue. They got the money that came in. So it all ended up working out. But yes, the tension was here. The tension was here. Now, will they go on tour together? One. Will they go on tour? They will go on tour, but the tour will be very short. They will go on tour, but the tour will be very short. It feels like it will be in the United States. It won't be a world tour or anything like that. It will be a very short tour, select few cities. They're going to make a lot of money. And I actually feel that they're going to get along, but they're not going to be best buddies. They're going to have a business relationship. That's what I'm seeing. They're trying to build a business relationship. They tried to have a friendship back in the day. They tried to have a friendship again, but it didn't work. So they're going to try to have a business relationship. And I do feel that it's going to go well, but they do have their differences, and how they interpret and receive information is just very different. They just don't mix well together emotionally, but they do make good business partners. So if they can just put their differences aside and get to the bag, they stand to make a lot of money within the next 6 months to a year. But yes, that is what I've gathered. Show me Brandy's energy. Show me Brandy's energy. I barely read on Brandy. Show me her energy, since we've already read for Monica. Show me Brandy. She does deal with depression and anxiety. Poor thing. She does deal with that. She does deal with ups and downs. She is dealing with a depression, or she does go through a lot. She was expecting to be married or have some form of stability by now. She's made a lot of mistakes in her lifetime. I do feel that she's trying to come back to her profession, to bounce back from this energy that she's been facing. I do feel that she's trying to overcome it. She's trying to get back on making more money. Her money is not where it needs to be. Show me her love life. The Chariot, the Seven of Cups, the Five of Swords, and then the Sun. Brandy is also meant to remarry and get into a better relationship. If she is in a relationship, I'm seeing marriage. And if they are already married, the union will deepen. That's what I'm gathering. The union will become much deeper. And this would be a spiritual, loving relationship. So Brandy is actually promised love. She has gone through a lot of depression. She has gone through a lot of spiritual awakening and upheavals. The only thing I will say about Brandy, the only thing I will say about Brandy is that she just has to work on expressing herself, because she does come across as passive aggressive. She does come across as aloof. She does come across as emotionally detached. And this is another Aquarius issue that a lot of Aquarius face. A lot of Aquarius are judged or they're misunderstood. And I do feel that Brandy is being misunderstood, but it's only because she doesn't share. And Monica has no problem sharing her emotions about how she feels, but Brandy is going to smile through her teeth and say, I'm not mad, I'm not mad, I'm not mad, and she's fucking pissed. Brandy needs to be comfortable in expressing herself. Like, it's okay to have a mad face. It's okay to not be happy about something. Because when you look like you're always happy 24/7 and then you feel away but you're smiling in my face, that's how Monica feels. So it's kind of like Monica would actually respect Brandy more in a relationship standpoint if Brandy showed her emotions more. Because that's what Monica can read. She can't read through you saying one thing but you're smiling in my face. She feels that it's fake, when that's really how Brandy is. Brandy does not like confrontation. Brandy does not like drama. She doesn't. When she gets nervous, she smiles. She doesn't wear her emotions on her face. She's very poker face. So this is why a lot of people could be like, are you even mad? Like, you just did this and you're smiling. You're acting like it's not bothering you. You're acting like what you did was right. So Brandy is misunderstood a lot, and the only way to help Brandy overcome this is if she is just open and honest with how things make her feel. And once she does that, breakthroughs are happening. But on the positive side, she is going to make some money. I do see her album is going to do well, or she's going to be promoting this album. This tour is going to happen, but it's still being debated on. If it doesn't happen, it's going to be because of COVID. Okay. And I do see that she's going to be either remarrying or a relationship is going to be deepening. She is going to finally have emotional happiness for Brandy. Yeah. Queen of Swords. Okay. The Star. The key. Yeah, she's going to have some form of emotional happiness. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing, guys. They still have their little tension, but they are going to move forward and be business partners nevertheless. All right, guys, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Tell me if you also felt the vibes and the weird tension between those two women. And yes, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.